Right, hello guys, welcome. This is Fleet Admiral Lewis, and this is our general fleet meeting. In attendance today we have Dries, Artek, Cannon, HIFK, Vesti, Thrifka and Travis, and of course myself. What we're going to just talk about today is we're going to go through a couple of things that I wanted to mention. We'll start with the fleet bank. Obviously EC is something that we are not sort of getting as much as we were getting before the fleet holdings came out. I understand that you're probably going to be busier doing other things, and you're probably the last thing on your mind is to go put some money in the bank, but the more money we get in that bank, the bigger and better these prizes that we can give away will be. I mean, I'm hoping to be able to give away, like, do lockbox key days where we give away, like, I don't know, maybe 50 lockbox keys in a day. To do that, we need plenty of cash, so just keep pumping that up as much as you can. With the so as far as actual items in the separate repositories go, I think everybody's. I know that I don't think Phil's having as many problems as he used to be having with people putting wrong items in. So if you could all keep up to what you've been doing, that's great. By the way, anybody got anything they want to mention on any of these, just jump in and I'll let you have a little say. So go on.
Yeah, with the EC for the bank, guys. If you're struggling to get your EC, don't forget the Tour of the Galaxy can get you 500 to 800,000 per day.
Yeah.
Per character as well. So if you've got 5 characters, you do Tour of the Galaxy on your 5 characters, and you'll get a shitload. So yeah, there's not really many excuses for not being able to put your quota into the fleet bank every week. Tour of the Galaxy will take you 15 minutes, and that'll pretty much do your quota for the entire week.
That's right.
So,
plus, I mean, there's also all the equipment that you get and you don't need, you just sell it. I think there are a few people you can sell the stuff to in-game that will give you a better price than for just what you get for just discarding it. I'm sure there's one at Deep Space Nine, and if anybody can refresh my memory as where the other one is, I'm not too sure. But there are people in the game that will give you more. Yeah, we will.
There's what's her name at the ground requisitions as well. She'll take things for you to sell.
So there you go. I mean, if it's not a massive difference, but you might find it makes it. You know, that money that you want to give to the fleet might just come out of your items instead out of your Tour of the Galaxy. In which case, we're all happy. Mm-hmm. But I suppose EC now is not something that's mandatory. It is still required, but it's not going to be watched as much as what the fleet holdings are, which is what we are going to speak about next. So far so good. If I just go into my fleet holdings, I'll bring it up on the screen for everyone to see. The fleet holdings are looking pretty good. We're tier 1 military, tier 1 engineering and tier 1 science now, so it's all now.
All changing later.
Yeah, we've got a fair few amount of provisions, the provision section, lots of fleet provisioning and operation, asset provisioning. So hopefully we're going to get them into maybe like triple figures, everything, and that's at the time when you'll be seeing the the permissions to buy from the fleet store will be coming available once we've definitely got enough for everybody. Because at the end of the day, I don't want people to miss out. I'd rather we all get the stuff at the same time.
Within the next few days as well, we're going to have a tier 1 dilithium mine, a tier 1 embassy, and tier 1 research lab. So
it's all coming along
right now. So 4 days and 20 hours, and we'll have all 3 of those.
Nice. If anybody's curious, I know Matt Zon asked me earlier as to when exactly we would be able to buy as fleet ships. Now it all depends exactly on which fleet ship you want. I know the one that I'm after, and we need to have a tier 3 starbase and shipyard. So I'm guessing for me that's going to be in about a month or so. I reckon tier 4 probably 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then tier 5 3 or 4 months time. Hopefully, if things keep going the way they are doing, which is like as soon as a project comes on, it is getting filled. So what I would advise people to do as well is if you notice that a project's getting close, to just sit and watch it, and when it ticks down, then there's your chance to bang some fleet marks in, or dilithium, or expertise, because they are the ones that fill up the fastest. After that, it's just duty officers, which we do need a hell of a lot of. So keep doing.
Okay, so while we're on the subject of those duty officers, you can now buy them at this Fleetbit Starbase. If you go into the little room down the back where the bank is and that sort of thing.
I'll just go and show you now.
You got access to the bank yet? Yep, Lewis will show you right now. And it's literally just around the corner on the right hand side.
So it's just down here, and you can buy them in here. I don't know, is it you speak to the officer of the watch, is it?
Yeah, yes. Officer of the watch, and then as long as you've got room in your inventory, you'll be able to buy as many as you want. I bought 200 earlier, so I'm stocked up for a while. Yeah, you're going to spend fleet marks. Sorry, there's fleet credits. 500 fleet credits for the first common officers. Obviously they get a little bit more expensive as you go up, but we don't need any of those just yet.
That's a nice tip on where to actually get those guys from, and obviously you do get a fairly decent amount of fleet credits for your duty officers as well. Welcome if you've just tuned in to start watching. If you do have any questions, put them up in fleet chat and we will answer them at the end. So yeah, just off on fleet holdings is next week is D-Day. For anybody who hasn't contributed a damn thing yet, I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to work this out. We're going to have a team of guys go to fleet holdings page and go to the leaderboard, and then we're going to go down these leaderboards, and if your name doesn't appear on it for any of your alts, then you will be kicked. So you have to have at least one character contributing. If we find one character contributing, we're going to be taking your @ symbol so that we don't kick your alts that haven't, if you know what I mean. Because I know why, with me, if I do use my alts, I just end up giving all my stuff to my main character and it all gets contributed to the bank. So as long as one of your characters has contributed, you'll be fine and safe. But if there's nobody there, then I will be kicking you with great relish, unfortunately.
Obviously, if you only have like 10 fleet credits throughout this amount of time, then obviously you're still at risk.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of the lowest ones, if we go down the list, we've got Aslan's Revenge, 16 credits earned on the starbase. But that's with one of his alts, so I think his main character's definitely put in more than that. But yeah, like everyone there is pretty much safe, I think. Yeah, there's not many that are. So, but yeah, it's generally for people, because this first wave is going to be just for the guys whose names are not there, because we do have a very large number in the fleet, and I expect that to be coming down to about 100. If I'm honest, that's probably what we'll end up with, is about 100 fleet members after the cull, as it were. So yeah, that's that negative stuff out of the way. So yeah, the administration meeting went on last Tuesday. It was a good success. You know, all the guys we wanted there were there eventually, or had to be filled in later on, what was said. But next week's is going to be a little bit more structured and hopefully get everybody on for the right time. Can somebody just quickly remind me what exactly it was we discussed again?
Training.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll go with the trainings. Well, I might as well link this into what I was going to say about needing more captains. Is that basically we do need more captains. When I come online, I want to see more captains than commanders or than vice admirals actually online, if you know what I mean. I also want to see that they set up the community chats, so that when any of us come online, we can just look into the chat forum and see that there's 5 or 6 chats to join, all captains doing their jobs, running training missions, getting people up to speed, showing them builds and things like that. But so I do want more volunteers for captains, so please feel free to contact either myself. I'll just pull up the fleet roster and I'll tell you who you can contact, because it'll all be there. So yeah, if you want to contact either Fleet Admiral Lewis, Duty Admiral Travis, Duty Admiral Dries, Duty Admiral Cannon, Duty Admiral Artek, and I think any of the Vice Admirals as well, will be able to the captain material or not. And if you're up for that sort of work, we'll give you a trial run and hopefully make you a permanent captain. So please get in contact about that, because we definitely want a team of at least 10 captains running this training side of things for us. What else on the Admiral's meeting, anybody? That was everything, yeah.
That was it, yeah, buddy.
The other thing I might mention about is something we discussed, is you'll notice that some people who are very high ranks you've not seen in game for a long time. That is something we'll be addressing shortly. Obviously we can't have loads of people that don't play the game having such a high status within the fleet. So we will be addressing that. Messages have been sent to said people, and if we don't hear anything back, or if it's decided that they're probably not coming back, then they will be losing their status in the fleet and then eventually be kicked, depending on how long it is before we actually hear from them, or if we hear from them at all. So that's that one. Alright, recruitment is my next thing. I do it pretty much every night. What I'll do is I'll just put one message up in the zonal chat. This is mainly for Vice Admiral and Duty Admirals. So yeah, for the recruitment side of things is I always put a message up in the local chat and zonal chat. Just advertise the fleet a bit, tell them that we give prizes, tell them that we're a good social PvE, PvP fleet, and usually within about a minute somebody will message you, private message you, saying I want to join your fleet. Before you send them the invite though, make sure that you invite them to a team chat and get to know them a bit, give them all the spiel that we like to give people, set them the fleet rules, what they'll need to be able to do contribution wise, and then give them their invite as well as telling them about the website, the forum, and so on. So if you guys are all up for doing that every now and again, that'll be a good way of just increasing our fleet level of active players. Anybody want to add out on recruitment?
If you could, on forum, put up a post of exactly what you want us to say, so we're all uniform with our message.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Phil, if you want to write out, does somebody want to find out what the limit is on words? How many words you can actually on fleet?
Buddy.
Sorry. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, if somebody could just check on fleet chat exactly how many characters you can have in a message on there, so then we don't end up writing one that's never going to fit. And then if Phil could compose one that we can all write as like the guy said, as a standard recruitment message, and then like he says, we're all firing from the same gun. You all right with that? Good. So that's that. Just a quick yay celebrations on the tier 3 starbase coming soon, but obviously we're only just finished tier 1. We're well into tier 2, and I'm impressed, guys. I mean, I've been in fleets on the PC, and they weren't progressing as fast as we are. So
I was celebrating.
We have a celebration, cool. But yeah, they don't tend to grow as fast as we are doing. I think that big shout out to us American guys over there that have been keeping this thing running pretty much 24 hours.
Well done to the whole fleet. Well done to the whole fleet. We're doing really well.
So it's good to see. I mean, a lot of people might be saying, "Oh, but I don't get a chance to contribute because it fills so quickly." But don't worry about that, because when it gets to the later projects, especially when we're in tier 5 and we're literally just doing projects for the sake of provisioning, you're going to be talking maybe 5,000 fleet marks, 100,000, 200,000 dilithium. It's going to be too much. Yeah, it's going to be too much for any 1 or any 5 guys to fill, even in one sitting. So yeah, do not worry about it. You will get your chance. But just like I say, in this time between now and next week, just if you see a project coming to an end and you haven't contributed anything, get something in there. Just sit and watch it, and then as soon as it fills and the next one comes out live, bang something in, and then at least you're going to be safe. That's it. Yeah. Just look, check, it tells you exactly when they're going to finish it. It'll say 1 hour and 10 minutes left, so just set your alarm for 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then get your sin in there ready to do that.
One thing that we do kind of struggle with is the provisions. We know that, the embassy provisions and the dilithium mine provisions and stuff like that. We understand that you don't get anything for those, and all you do is spend your fleet credits and stuff. But it would be good if we could get those in there as quick as possible. I mean, we're doing the majority of them. But if the rest of the fleet could help out with those, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's definitely worth mentioning there, but because it is one of those things that just slows things down a bit, isn't it? But yeah, finishing off on that, yeah, everybody needs to give themselves a pat on the back. I definitely think it was a good idea to make 2 Americans duty admirals so that they can then set the projects when me, Phil and Travis are not around, and I think it's worked wonders, so I'm really happy with that, and I'm sure everybody else is too. So we do have a dedicated, we'll call him fleet fashion designer, not to make him sound too limp-wristed or anything, but Dries is coming up. Dries is coming up with some fantastic uniforms with us. The guy has got the gift of Versace and all that, so he's going to tailor make us some really nice uniforms. So feel free to wear them whenever you wish and however you wish. I don't insist on you wearing them all the time. I suppose if we ever do anything formally, then that would be an opportunity for us all to show up in uniform. Meetings, it's up to you. I'm not going to insist on it because I just think that would be a little bit of being an ass, which I'm not. So we won't bother with that. But yeah, they should look cool, so please have a look at them because I'm looking forward to wearing mine. And then just go on. Anybody got any questions I want to say?
Not a question, but I would like to let people know in the fleet that we now have a Klingon side to the fleet.
Oh yeah, I didn't say out about that. Sorry. Go on.
If anybody wants to join the Klingon fleet, you can contact me, Travis, or apply for the fleet. It's called the House of 81st. If anybody wants to join that, just get hold of me. I'm going to make Lewis duty admiral in that one. So
when I get my level 3 Klingon over there, you mean? Yeah, I'm not impressed with mine. Yeah, I know, but do you know what? I just don't like Klingons. I've never trusted them, and I never will. You can't
yourself away from your escort, can you?
I've never been able to forgive them for the death of my son. So anyway.
Well, I'm just waiting on you, Travis.
So yeah, that's definitely get onto you. If you've got a Klingon, get over there and join the House of the 81st. There will be setting projects going, but obviously paramount priority is going to go to the Starfleet stuff. So, but once we are tier 5, then I will make the KDR a priority as well. So it will get there, but just not as quick as this one. So that's KDR. Uniforms, that's done. Right, so just a final thing about what do we call it? Chat etiquette. That's what we were. I understand, everybody's new, and when you're first meeting these people, a lot of us have probably only spoken a handful of times. Just try to remember that everybody's different, and not everybody's going to understand your sense of humour. So if you just try not to be too over the top with it, then you probably won't. Abrasive, that's a good word. If you try not to be too abrasive with it, then you're likely not to upset or offend anybody. Now, we have already had to kick people for being a bit, well, I'm not going to be brutal about this. We have had to kick a guy for just being a massive dickhead, and that was a decision made by Travis, which I wholeheartedly supported, and especially after we got information about him, some of the things that he had said to other fleet members.
To other people, yeah.
So it is something that you are going to have to be aware that we do not want to have to hear about any sort of racism, sexism, over bashing somebody on politics or any those sort of things. Taboo subjects we try to avoid because it can end up with people falling out and stuff. So yeah. That's just that. So just try to watch what you say. I don't mind a bit of banter. I mean, I don't know if you've heard us on chats before. Me, Travis, and Artek do have a fairly large amount of banter with each other. But everybody knows, obviously, it's done in jest and there's nothing serious to it. But there's a difference between banter and being a dickhead, and that's where you need to know the line to be drawn. So that's
racism will be taken very seriously.
Yeah, no, racism, there won't even be a 3-strike rule in effect. It'll be you once,
you'll be out straight away,
and you're out. So yeah, and obviously there's always more than one person in a chat, so you are going to have people Yeah. So if there is any racism or all like that,
you will be reported to PlayStation Network as well.
You'll be reported for everything. So, and it is a big kick in your ass and you're a dickhead if you have done, because let's face it, this is Star Trek, and Gene Roddenberry would be turning in his grave if he could, you know, have heard any racism whatsoever on this game. So let's make sure it stays out.
Yeah.
And that's about that. So has anybody got any questions about anything they want to add? I'm happy right now to be able to answer anything you've got, so shoot.
Okay, I'd like to add one thing. You can also, for EC, get some common duty officers once you get engineering, military, or medical up to rank 1. You can go down to the bottom of the replicator and you can get some white duty officers to contribute to fleet holdings.
So does that mean we can get them now, seeing as our tier 1?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm talking about your duty officer rank.
Oh, your duty officer rank, yeah.
Mission.
Right, I'm with you. So once your duty officer ranks in military, engineering and science and that up to rank 1, you can then go buy them.
Not science, medical.
Not medical, and then you can go and buy them from...
You can go and get holograms, yeah.
Right, so yeah, it's a good bit of advice there. Anything else?
Yep.
Anybody else got anything?
No, covered most.
Yeah, that's the other thing, guys. Don't forget we have got the forum, and obviously a good way to get to the forum is through the website, because they're all linked up and it's all very cool. Thanks to Travis and Artek's amazing work on that side of things. Please get yourselves on it. There's always loads of links to events, things we're doing, or even just like funny little questionnaires we keep putting up. We may even be having
videos.
Oh, funny little videos, yeah, of people falling asleep whilst playing the game, which unfortunately for Perfect World is not really, you know, it's not really the best advert the 81st Fleet has ever put up for this game, considering somebody fell asleep whilst playing it.
Hey,
but we're
hardcore. I play until I fall asleep.
But you know, that just means we won't be getting our bonus Zen pack at any point this year. So anyway, what else were I wanting to go on to then? I had something in my mind and it's just gone blank. No, I think that's about everything, guys. So the next Admirals meeting will be on Tuesday for administration. I'd like duty admirals, and if any vice admirals do want to attend, they will be welcome to. Obviously it's a maximum of 8, and that will be held at the research laboratory around the massive table there, so we can all sit down and give our characters a rest, because I know my guy is getting a bit of backache from standing up for this long. So so yeah, I think that's everything, guys. So is there any questions gone in chat? Has anybody noticed anybody ask any questions up there?
No questions in chat.
Cool. So yeah, well then that's it, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and get on the website www.the81stfleet.co.uk and get yourself on the forum as well, and we will see you in 2 weeks time. So thank you very much, and Lewis out.